All right, so this is episode 2 of the First Time Homebuyer series. Today we're going to talk about the mortgage loan application. The ultimate goal of doing the mortgage loan application is getting a pre-approval letter from your mortgage broker or your lender that states exactly how much you're approved for. And then you can take that letter and meet up with your real estate agent and start looking for homes. So you may be completing this application on the phone or maybe online electronically. However you do it, they're going to ask a whole bunch of questions about you personally. One of those questions is going to be, what's your social security number? Now, the reason they need that is because they're going to have to pull your credit. Now, if you're dealing with a mortgage broker, they probably have a whole bunch of different lenders that they use. And each lender has their own requirements or restrictions on what's the minimum credit score that they need to see to be able to do a deal. Usually the minimums are somewhere in the mid 600 range. I know we have a lender who do deals down in the 500s, but regardless, your mortgage broker needs to know what your credit score is and see that credit report to have an idea of where you fit and know which lender they're potentially going to use, what loan program they can use, that sort of thing. In addition, they're going to need to know, where have you worked for the past 2 years? What's your monthly income? Do you have other sources of income? Maybe Social Security benefits, disability, VA benefits, maybe retirement funds. They'll need to know where you've lived for the past 2 years. What sort of rent were you paying? How much money do you have in the bank? What sort of assets are you planning to use for your down payment and your closing costs? That might be investments. Potentially you have an investment portfolio and you're planning on liquidating some of those funds. Maybe you have a 401k. Maybe you need down payment assistance, or maybe you have a family member who's going to provide gift funds. So you answer all those sorts of questions, and then your mortgage broker is going to give you a list of documents that they need to see. It'll be stuff like a copy of your driver's license, your Social Security card, a month's worth of your pay stubs. If you do have any of those other sources of income, they'll need those award letters, 2 months worth of bank statements, or any of those assets that we talked about, those statements they'll need to see, 2 years worth of your tax returns and any W-2s that you filed. If you're self-employed, maybe you have 1099s. If you're VA and you're retired from the military, maybe you have a DD-214. Anyway, they're going to need to see all those documents, and that will give them a complete loan package. And then they'll be able to run your file through this system called a desktop underwriter. And they're looking to get an approval from that. If they can get that, then they'll know they'll have a pretty good chance of closing your loan. And then they'll give you that pre-approval letter. Like I said, then you can meet up with your realtor and start looking for homes. So that's it for this episode. Next time, we'll talk about the different loan programs that exist and go from there. So if you are a first-time home buyer, keep checking out these videos.